What's up, everybody? Welcome to the first official Multifamily Monday. I am Michael Oakes, and with me, as always, is
Paul Rodriguez. Good to see everybody. Yeah, so today we're obviously going to be talking about Multifamily Monday. We've got some insane stuff to talk about, but Mike, I want to hear from you. What are we talking about this week?
That is a great question you asked, Paul. So we're actually talking to a guy that I accidentally called him Alex in the beginning. His name is Alec Walsh. He's a lender, PML guy. He is really big in the industry right now. Also an Owners Club member like yourself and me. Yourself and I. So yeah, it was really cool. He actually pulled me aside, said, "Dude, let's film this." And I was like, "Absolutely, I'm going to use this first thing." So we just talked a little bit of 11. It was an 11-unit multifamily space. It was a cottage motel down in Florida, which I didn't have the financials fully for. Which this is a learning lesson for y'all. I'm gonna blast myself. Know your numbers, have your financials there, so that way when you're presenting these to these people, you don't do what I did. So yeah, that's really what happened. Paul, I'm so excited to be here with you, dude. I can't wait to show this to the people. I'm going to get roasted. That's okay. We're just here to bring some great content to you and show you our development too, right, Paul?
Yeah, we're here to have fun at the end of the day, right? Like, you and I love doing this, and I want to make sure that everybody else knows this is possible. So, Mike, if it's okay, I'd love to tell a little story real quick. All right. So we go to Arizona. We do this spring immersion retreat. We film all this great content, meeting these amazing people, interviewing people. And as soon as I get off the plane, my wife calls me and says, "Hey, we got to go to the amusement park. My niece is here. The family's here." I'm like, "Okay, cool." So I drive over there. And the first roller coaster we go on, my phone flies out of my pocket. And I lose all the recordings and pictures and stuff that we took in Arizona. And then I go and get a new phone, and they were like, "Hey, bro, we can't get any of that stuff back." So that's how I've been since we got back from Arizona.
Oh my gosh, dude, that's terrible. We had some great content for you guys too off of there, but that's tough. That's all right. We make some more. We got that on deck. We got some great people scheduled for y'all. Paul, we don't want to tell them too much, but give them a little taste of what they might see.
I'll put it to you this way. We've got some of the most influential people, some of the most amazing, kind-hearted souls, go-givers. Just some of the best we were able to meet and to really learn from them. And I don't want to spoil anything, but I'll put it to you this way. You're going to recognize who you're talking to. Super, super excited, super thankful. That whole, everybody in Pace's community and Jamil's community, it's just nothing about good people. So I think that's what we got coming up is good people, Mike.
So true. Oh, yeah, absolutely. And without further ado, let's get into it. What's up, everybody? Mike Oakes here with Alec Walsh. We're going to be talking about an 11-unit it's a cottage motel in Daytona, Florida, or Holly Hill, Florida. So I can actually get that real financials for you.
Perfect. So while he pulls up the financials, something that we'll usually do as a principal raising capital for all sorts of fix and flips. We're trying to build streamlined deal flows with as many operators that have good deal flow based on certain criteria that we'll put together. Whether that's their borrower's experience, those comps, that underwriting that's done on our side, your side, contact information, rehab, scope of work, survey, land planning, parceling, even marine parceling when it comes to that as well, wire instructions, and working with our team of 6. We have 2 TCs, 1 attorney, 2 connectors, and an operator as well. So a little bit over. And otherwise, let's talk about your team sheet.
Absolutely, man. So I did not make this.
That's okay. I forgive you.
This is what was sent to me, so don't go too hard on me.
No, that's okay.
But, shit, it's going to do this thing to me again.
Oh, it's a living doc, that's why.
Yeah, this one is. They just sent it. So I can tell you right now, NOIs, obviously, this is the gross, and these are the expenses.
Okay.
So it's about 130 NOI, which I honestly recently, I don't know how you guys underwrite, because I know you guys kill it in underwriting. But recently, I know. But recently, like, just to get the real true value of the properties that we've been getting over, I've been doing like the evaluation that you do on like gross income on the NOI, just to be like, okay, what is this really worth that it's actually coming in at? And if I have my phone, which is not to be found, it's over there recording like a genius I am. So where is that?
We have to tell you something. You want to replace your income. You want to learn how to invest in real estate? We've got all the secrets for you.
Just click the link right below and you can find out how.
Everything we know, we're giving it to you for free. Let's go, baby.
I'll start with PMP.
Yeah.
Okay. So our private money. So our third option being that private.
You're good.
Okay. Being that private money partner. So our third option being that private money partnership is a little bit more equity side of the house usually, but doesn't necessarily have to incorporate that. We'll see it anywhere from 12 to 18 months, and in that capacity, just like we were trying to discuss a second ago, if you have 100% equity in your business but 0% net profit, it might not be any utility to you based on what you're trying to leverage in that capacity. Vice versa, you might want 100% net profit and no equity in it. GPs, LPs, how we structure that can be variable. It doesn't just have to be an equity for them to be a PMP necessarily. I'm more think of it as a longer term investment, 12 to 18 months.
Right.
So for my new construction fix and flips, we're definitely looking for PMPs to come on board, at least to replace hard money instead, right? And then we might go get bridge and gap lending for the down payment for the closing and any other transactional costs that we might incur for it. Awesome. On the other side of the house would be 506C, 506Bs, really the fund structure, right? Whether that's an actual syndication or we try and run it as though it is that type of vehicle, using instead the conduit of like a UCC1 or a springing lien to really solidify collateralizing that as a collateral vehicle.
Right.
Really meaning, hey, Alec, I just don't want, going to you, just want to make sure that you can't go sell and acquire more debt on the property. So it's securing our lenders in a way where, though we don't have first lien or we might not have first lien ability to file that note and deed of trust on it, we can hold on to something that's equivalent to contingency and then stack those contingencies likewise for our lenders.
Awesome.
So.
Awesome. Yeah. So I mean, honestly, like, it is something that Paul and I do have to talk a little more about if we're just trying to like sell it, like essentially assign it to somebody, or if we're trying to take it down ourselves. That's why I love exactly what we just went over, because this is exactly what I need to take back to him.
Because we can workshop it actively, the three of us, and that way I know what kind of deal box to set up for you for a deal pipeline. I know what kind of people to bring to you or raise, or if I just need to allocate a portion of our fund to you at all junctures, right? I would love to do that with every deal, but we can't necessarily with every deal, particularly in Gator. There are just a lot of good opportunities, and there's a lot of money to be had. So we do have to stay competitive in some capacity. And it depends. It totally depends, though. So, and that's something we're keen on. Like, the three of us having a conversation, recording that too, and putting it into kind of our read first. Like, we're putting, initially, because we're going to do a couple of deals at a time, right? We'll be doing it by deal basis, but at some juncture, we're really transitioning you to a portfolio.
Right.
Like it is you guys.
That's exactly what we're trying to do too. Yep, exactly.
And we're getting on looms. Deal by deal is what our pipeline looks like. We're getting on a loom. We're running through the deal just like what we're doing right now, but instead we get to do it in person, and which is really nice too because we don't always get the chance to do that.
Right.
And putting that into kind of our read first folder along with a basic term sheet and then maybe a breakdown of what's a particular to your area, right? Like not everybody understands Daytona. Right. Not everybody just understands buying in Florida, period. Is there a contingency or is there something that needs to be considered going into that? A good example, like not everybody's familiar with attorney states. So we're going to have a little tidbit about New Jersey fix and flips or Atlanta fix and flips and what the escrow process is going to look like involving an attorney and not just a title company. Right.
Being from South Carolina, I know that well too.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's the first one you do. It's kind of eye-opening.
It is.
You're like, wow, oh, okay.
They do it different here. Yeah. Exactly. And that just 80% of it tastes like chicken, right? Whether it's business buying or whether it's 100%, right? And it's like whether it's called a LOI
I love that, though.
Yeah,
That's so
it is.
good.
It is. Honestly, at the end of the day, and you just need to know what the mechanism is or the vehicle for that workflow. Absolutely. And once you do it, also the learning curve is exponential after that, right? It's never that hard again. You're like, oh, I know what the function of this is now. So, and we have that paperwork and we have that experience to do that on a multitude of different deals. That's our utility, honestly, at the end of the day, right?
Absolutely. So with this deal in particular, what more would you need from me to facilitate that?
I would definitely want I would want your
rent roll, anything like that.
Absolutely.
Upgrades, obviously.
Yep, absolutely. So I want to see all of the operating financials. I want to see all of the history for the financials.
Believe me, I've been waiting about a week since I put
for them
these
all.
out. For these,
I bet.
So.
And that's the hard part about multifamily too. Is
Cold
something
War,
like
right?
It is. It is, and it can be a slow, arduous trug along for some reason. Every transaction operates that. We have a 100 unit that we're closing on in Metro Atlanta, and we're just waiting on the attorney to finally finish up a last revision on the PM note so we can get it to some of our lenders because some of our lenders are lending out of an SDIRA or out of a trust and they need that documentation to be able to liquidate and it's still going to take them
or to
7 or 8, 10 days.
POF, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Something
bring
in that
me your
juncture.
30% and your soft LOI and we'll get you the current financials.
Yeah.
How the hell do you want my buyer to be able to bring you that?
Not every lender is built the same, right? And it's like, excuse me, this is backwards.
Yeah.
Now, but we have to know that ahead of time as well.
Right.
So with your rent roll, with your T12, we want to see any appraisals that you've gotten done, or any appraisals that were done previously, right?
Yep.
That way we can kind of do a cross-examination of what's going on with your calculations on ARV and where we actually see it from a count standpoint. I'm super conservative in that way. You know that at this point, which is fine because we have to be for our lenders and we have to be for ourselves because things usually do not take less time and cost less. Like that's just plainly how it happens. I build in 20% minimum of like, even if we are awesome at what we do, that's usually how it's going to happen. You gotta have the regardless. All right. Every time. And so we really want to see the appraisal. We want to see your rent roll. We want to see your T12, particularly for multifamily. There's a couple of other documents I can send you over, but then also we want to see, because we're pitching you as well, right? We want to see your business track record. We want to see your housing track record, whatever that be, right? Whatever you're selling as a portfolio. Like in your case, you have a partner. Sometimes people are operating really as the principal of their business, but they have a team below them, but they don't have necessarily aligned managers with them. But in your case, you do, which is great. And so that's really a good place for us to start. And then we're kind of slowly trickling in any land surveying, any parceling details, kind of look at that. And maybe there's an option you don't realize that you have too, because we have city manager meetings all the time, especially in mixed use development, where we realize we might have an opportunity. We're not just talking about a single family home putting an ADU on it. We might be able to put another 10 units per acre or something like that. And if we can build that in and adjust in a multi-phase kind of approach, why the heck not? Yeah. Right? If you're on a 30,000 square foot lot and you have space to play with and it's actually feasible, we're not like talking about like shaking your neighbor's hand through the window kind of thing. Like we don't want that. But there might be an opportunity frontier that we can cross with it. So working with you actively. Like not just trying to be like, all right, we're just going to go raise and we're just going to give you exactly what we want and I'm going to, skin you alive to do it. I don't think that's fair. It's not going to create an advantageous partnership at all. So.
Everybody wants to win, right? That's what we're trying to create, especially in this community, owners club. It's been wild. But this isn't just for me, folks. This is for you too. If you want to work with Alec and you have the deals that he's looking for, hit him up. His info will be down in the description and everything there. So that way, if you want to get access to him, that will be there.
Yep. Same with Mr. Michael Oakes. Yep. I definitely would suggest working with him in any capacity, because also the more business you bring him, the more business you bring me as well. And the better we can make our system for that pipeline alone. So, something else. Yeah,
absolutely, brother. I was just going to say, that's all I really got for you, my man, unless you got any more gold nuggets for these boys and girls.
Little tidbit is also, anybody who's seen this and doesn't know me already, when we bring lenders into our pipeline, we also do continuous improvement meetings. So we'll do like really kind of a PML or a PML, PMP kind of monthly touch base. We're not just talking about the deals. You're getting to know our attorneys. You're getting to know our TCs. You're getting to know prospective lenders prospective borrowers.
Oh, okay.
We can also talk. We can talk tactical, like why do we deploy a UCC1 in this case and not this case? Mm-hmm. Why do we use a spring lien in this case and not this case? Mm-hmm. Where is the necessity for this paperwork versus this paperwork? What's a superior document to what in certain cases,
so
right?
You're giving everybody who you work with the proof.
Making them dangerous. Yeah, exactly. Making them a dangerous lender in a good way.
Oh my God, dude. If you guys are hearing this and you don't understand it, you need to reach out to Alec. This is golden nuggets that you can use. Absolutely. Dude, I appreciate you for taking the time. We've had the busiest schedule ever since we've been here. We have. So the fact that we actually got some time to sit up here and like there's nobody around.
It's been very nice to have some breath here and do this. So with that,
I'll get all that info for you. And then folks, keep following along. Follow Alec, I apologize.
Hey, my own uncles do it.
Yeah, so. Follow Alec Walsh. He's a legend in the making and is one currently.
Appreciate it.
We're going to do a lot of stuff, great stuff together, and Owners Club is about to blow up. But gents, ladies, have a great day.
Thank you. Have a good one.
Guys, we got some exciting news for you. We're going to be doing a podcast every Wednesday. We're going to be bringing in awesome guests. They're going to be talking about their experience in real estate, and they're going to give us an inside look in their business and really deeply dive into what it takes to be successful. So stay tuned for that. As always, we love you.